Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in the fall, I was really struggling with my planner setup. It just wasn't working for me. And I sat down and made a flowchart of everything that I needed to make my planner successful for how I plan. So because 2021 is right around the corner, it's time to evaluate what I've been doing since the fall and also just to make another flowchart here of what I need. So my setup reflects exactly what I need in a planner. So the first thing I like to do is think of the main sections that I need in my planner. So like what are my main sections in my life that I want to keep track of? So those for me include my full-time job for work and then my personal life and social media. And then what I like to call my goals section, which are like my yearly goals or anything that I want in my planner for a long period of time, so almost the entire year. So now that I have my sections figured out, I can take a deep dive into each one of these three to figure out exactly what I need to be successful planning in each area. So I'm going to start with the goals section just because it's easier. So the things that I like to include in here are my word of the year. And like I showed in a similar video, I pick a word and then a focus for each month based on that word. So that is where I keep all of that. And then this year I want to try something new where I actually write down some yearly goals and break them down into quarterly goals. And then the last thing I like to keep in this section are any fun note pages that I've made that can last for the year. So one example of that right now is the book tracker that I made for next year. So now we're going to head over to probably the biggest section in my planner, and that is my work section. So basically, I'm just going to write a list of everything that I need to be successful in my job at work. So I really would like to have an area dedicated to meeting preparations and just general notes. I also have been rereading the Getting Things Done book, so I'm really going to focus on the Getting Things Done method in my work planner. So I'm going to have things like a projects list, a next actions list, and a someday maybe list. And I'm really excited about incorporating the Getting Things Done into my work planner. I'm going to add a question mark to this someday maybe list because I have a feeling that a lot of the someday maybe list will just be stored on my computer. And then last up, we have my planning needs. So I have monthly pages, and then I'm going to need almost like a weekly overview page. And then we're going to go ahead and list out the things that I need to plan out my personal life and social media. So that will include a monthly and weekly planner. And then I'm planning mainly for those pages in that planner to be for my personal life. I find that my planning has changed quite a bit in the sense that I really enjoy just making lists. So a lot of my social media, I have a feeling, is going to just be that. So I'm going to put a question mark here for a catch-all time block weekly layout. I've been testing that out for the month of December, and the first couple weeks I was so into it and I used it all the time and found it super helpful, but I feel like I've just fallen off track of using that weekly time block. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to use that next year. And then I'm going to write down here note pages for social media and then a monthly overview for social media as well. So I think a lot of my social media planning is just going to be making lists on like lined note paper. So now that I have all of that mapped out, I'm going to write down what I think I'm going to do for the actual planner portion. So for work, I'm going to use my own layouts, which I have some new layouts for 2021 that should be up on my Etsy shop after Christmas. And then for my personal and social media section, I'm going to use a vertical happy planner just because I have one laying around that goes through the end of next year. So I kind of just want to use that up. And next, I'm just going to note the areas that are going to be included in the planner layout. So like for work, I have my monthly and weekly are going to be my own layouts. And then this monthly, weekly section for my personal stuff is going to be in the Vertical Happy Planner. So this is kind of a breakdown of how I decide exactly what my planner setup will be. My first time doing this, like I said, was in the fall, and I found it super helpful. And even sitting down doing this now, it's pretty similar to what I'm using now, with a few things switched out that I've noticed over the last couple months that I would like to change. But this is such a simple way to figure out exactly what you need in a planner. I know there's a lot of people planning, and I fall into the same trap of buying a bunch of planners because everyone has them and I want to use them. But in reality, I'm a one planner person. So I technically have two planners, with my work planner and my personal planner, but I can work with those two because honestly, who wants to see your work tasks when you're not working? So that's how I justify having those two planners. But when it comes to having a planner for every area of my life, that is just when I get overwhelmed and then I just stop planning. So I am facing the facts that I am a one planner person this year, and that is what I'm going to stick for 2021. So this is what works for me, and I cannot wait to share with you how I am going to build my 2021 planner. So if you want to see that, be sure you're subscribed because that video is coming soon, and I will talk to you all in tomorrow's video. Bye guys!